Often overlooked part of municipal solid waste is human hair waste, which is generated from barbing salons, hair and plating salons, as well as even animal or pet service salons. Usually abroad, there are places where you can take your dogs to where they trim their hair, trim their whatever. All those end up in waste bins or dump sites across the world. And it's a problem because it can cause flooding, it can cause other issues in terms of maybe eutrophication if you find its way into water bodies. And furthermore, mushroom are fleshy, spore-bearing reproductive structure of fungi that grow on organic substrates. And the organic substrates they use are carbon and nitrogen sources. So, oyster mushroom can play an important role in managing this organic waste, whose disposal is usually problematic. From different parts of the world, different individuals are trying to use different items to actually grow the pleurosis of stress. The aim and objectives. The aim of this research was to determine the bacteria and fungi found in waste human hair generated from male barbing salons within the local government area of Benin City, Edo State, and the potential for its use to cultivate edible mushrooms of pleurosis of stratus, which is oyster mushroom. The specific objectives include: 1. To isolate and identify bacteria and fungi found in waste human hair fiber. Secondly, to determine the physical, chemical, and nutrient parameters of waste human hair fiber by analyzing waste human hair broth. And number 3, to screen waste human hair broth concentration in the preparation of potato dextrose agar for mycelium production. 4, to assess the impact of indigenous microorganisms present in waste human hair on the growth of oyster mushrooms. And 5, to analyze the protein combination of mushrooms grown on a mixture of sawdust and rice bran, and sawdust and waste human hair. So, permit me to skip the methodology and materials. The total count for bacteria and fungi are shown above: 4.5 for the bacterial count at 10 to the power 2 and 0.61 at 10 to the power 2 spore forming units for the fungi that are found from the hair we obtained from barbing salons in the state. These are the cultural, morphological, and biochemical characterization of the bacterial isolates we found in waste. And in summary, Bacillus subtilis, Klebsiella species, the reform of cultural and morphological characteristics of fungal isolates. Thank you. Table 4.4 shows the cultural and morphological characteristics of fungal isolates and also found in human hair. In summary, we discovered the presence of penicillium species, rhizopod species, aspergillus species, and alternaria species. This is in line with work done by Keck et al. 2018, where they discovered this and a plethora of other fungal isolates in human hair that they got from salons. They also discovered a high amount of bacteria from the previous slide, as well as so many other bacteria. Now, table 4.6 shows the physicochemical parameters of hydrolyzed waste human hair broth. Real quick, to obtain the broth, what I did was to obtain human hair from salons, that's what is in this jar, and then I subjected it to hydrolysis by heating it in a pressure pot for 1 hour in a 9-liter pressure pot at 121 degrees Celsius at 15 pounds per square inch. And then I obtained an amber colored liquid. That amber colored liquid, I strained it using a strainer and a sieve. I obtained a broth, amber colored, exclusive of the hair, which is black in color. And I went on to take the pH. I got 7.20. The temperature, as at room temperature, was 25. Electrical conductivity was 48, and turbidity was 23 NTU. I now went on to analyze the broth, because the broth, I used the scenario that if you wanted to make chicken, for example, chicken stew or chicken soup, you would need to heat the chicken in water and then create a broth from that chicken. So to use the hair as a nutrient source, I subjected it to hydrolysis and then used the broth, I analyzed the broth, and then found out that it had high levels of protein, 421 milligram per deciliter, as well as phosphorus and potassium, 7.86 and 21.67 milligram per liter respectively. These nutrients are present in the waste human hair body in analyze. I then went on to create or screen the potato dextrose agar. I obtained potato dextrose agar from the lab and then mixed this potato dextrose agar with the hair broth and varied the concentrations across. So for the first one, the control, there was no hair broth, so it was 0% WHHB. For the second, there was 25%. For the third, 50, 75, and 100. And this were the mycelium growth, the growth diameter across 15 days. So as you can see from here, on the 15, the 0% hair broth had a mycelium growth diameter of 88 millimeters. Meanwhile, the one for 100% hair broth had a mycelium growth of 99 millimeters, which shows clearly that the hair broth definitely contributed something to the growing of the mycelium in those places. Now, mycelial growth rate and density is shown in this table. The mycelium, the 0% waste human hair broth, that is the plate that didn't contain any waste human hair broth, showed mycelial growth rate of 5.86 millimeters per day. But the one for the 100% waste human hair broth showed growth rate of 6.60 millimeters per day. Now, this is also in line with research done by Chiloza Oka, where they observed that they used beef extract, which is they boil beef in water and then obtain an extract from it, and then they use it to grow Pseudomyces. I assume it's a kind of fungi, but it's found in Asia. And they observed that using that beef extract, they were able to grow the mycelium better than using inorganic sources like urea. So the beef extract was proven to actually help grow the mushroom better. And here, plate 1, we can see the mycelial growth rate represented across board. We have the 0%, 25%, 50, 75, and 100. From this, we can see that the 100 had a wider diameter for the mycelium when compared to the 0. The 0 also grew, but the 100 just seemed to have an edge and it kept moving. However, the 50 displayed a very funny characteristic. It did not grow as well as any of them. And I think one of the issues or one challenges may be that there is a certain level of nutrients that it needs to meet its growth, and if it's not meeting that level, it won't grow. Or there is a toxicity issue present in 50% hair broth plate, because in this plate there was water 50%, waste human hair broth 50%. So I get that one out. Furthermore, after growing for 15 days, I took out samples from the 0%. I took out square plugs from the 0% plate and took out square plugs from the 100% plate. And I went on to inoculate grain spawn. Grain spawn is the next step in mushroom production. After you grow it on a petri dish, you now introduce it to some grain spawn. This grain spawn, what you see inside here is guinea seeds. These guinea seeds have been pasteurized. I introduced the 0% mycelium to this place and introduced the 100% grown mycelium from waste human hair to this place. And after finding out that the mycelium was even going to grow on the bottom, inside on the bottom of the one that had the 100% waste hair broth. Meanwhile, it barely touched all the grains, the one that had 0% waste human hair broth. And one of the explanations for this would be that mycelium that had been introduced to waste human hair broth, that waste human hair broth was better adapted to grow on the grain spawn, since it had been introduced to waste human hair broth in the prior experiment. So it came and colonized the grain spawn faster than the one that was not introduced to waste human hair broth at all. Table 4.10 shows mycelium run in unpasteurized sulfate. Now, after I did the previous step of growing the grain spawn, the next step is to now transfer grain spawns from those bottles to mycelium growing bags. In mushroom production, you have to cultivate mushrooms from the petri dishes to grain spawn and then finally to mushroom bags. These bags contain sawdust and live plant, usually. But in this particular research, I wanted to now see if I could replace live plant with waste human hair, which is a nitrogen source. And therefore, I varied the amount of waste human hair present. In the control, there was no waste human hair present in the bag. In the 5% treatment, there was 5% of the bag made up of waste human hair. So also 10%, 15%, and 20%. And what I observed was that this treatment was unpasteurized. Unpasteurized to prove that the presence of competing microorganisms it causes issues and makes it difficult for pleurosis obstructive to grow properly. As is highlighted here, on day 20, we saw the maximum growth for the control group at 33 millimeters. Meanwhile, for the 5%, we saw maximum growth on day 10. Subsequently, it dropped from 33 on day 20 to 0 on day 40, from 21 on day 10 to 0.06 on day 40. As well as today, they all dropped in their growth, in the mycelium growth. This is in line with work done by John et al., where they observed that the mycelium present, that Bacillus cereus species present in Pleurotus energy, which is a mushroom, was able to restrict mycelium growth by reducing the amount or the run that was possible. Meanwhile, in the before we have the mycelium run in pasteurized substrate. Now, in pasteurized substrate, we were able to subject the bags to 12 hours of heating at 121 degrees Celsius at 15 pounds per square inch. And what we now observed was that there was incredible growth across all the treatments. Although only the controlled 5% and 10% were able to complete mycelium run, and they are highlighted here in green. The completed mycelium run means that the mycelium goes from the top down to the bottom of the entire bag, and only these three were able to do that. The remaining two did not do that, but they outgrew their counterpart in the unpasteurized treatment. Now, this is a pictorial representation of the work. On day 3, the unpasteurized samples can be seen up here, and mycelium run has been done. There is this whitish thread you can see here. Meanwhile, on day 3 for the pasteurized group, the whitish thread has progressed. Okay. On day 3, the pasteurized group was shown to grow a little bit more than the unpasteurized group. And then when we get to day 18, we now also see that the unpasteurized group has barely left where it was before. This is because of the presence of microorganisms that were competing against pleurosis obstructive growing freely. Meanwhile, in pasteurized group, 5 and even the control group have completely run down to the bottom of the bag. On day 30, we can see that the unpasteurized group has not gone anywhere when compared to the pasteurized group. In table 4.12, we have the weights of the mushrooms harvested from the pasteurized substrates and their dry weights in brackets. The mean day of harvest was 47 days for the 5% group. It was the fastest group to yield mushrooms. In 47 days, it yielded mushrooms when compared to other groups that took 62, 64, and 74 days. And in the 4.12, we now have the second flush, which is the second harvest. And we also observed that the control group had the highest or the heaviest rates of mushrooms harvested when compared to. So, in the control group, this is the second flush. Usually, when we grow mushrooms, you have to do them in 2 or 3 flushes. There's the first harvest or the first flush, then the second flush. Across both harvests, I observed that the control group had the highest or the weightiest mushrooms. In the control group, we also have 225 there. It had the weightiest mushrooms, but it didn't have the fastest day to bring out the first mushroom. That was the winning reason for the 5% group. So this is plate 6, and in plate 6 you can see that the mushrooms are coming out from the 5% hair group. Meanwhile, the control group 1 has not yielded any mushrooms yet. And this is as a result of the presence of a larger surface area in terms of the hair being available to the mushrooms, and therefore causing the mushrooms to grow fast or fastidiously. The total yield that biological efficiency are given in table 4.14, and from there we can see that the total yield for the control was 355 grams, and the biological efficiency was 51%. Meanwhile, second highest was the 10% hair group at 45%. This represents the potential for the use of waste human hair as a substitute. Since for the very first time, the very first growing season, we had a biological efficiency of 45% against an established nutrient source, which was the rice plant group of 51%. It means that if maybe we introduce these mushrooms to hair for the second generation or the third generation, we'll be able to improve the biological efficiency of the mushrooms that we obtain. And in plate 7, this is a pictorial diagram showing us the mycelial thread. Now, usually when we harvest mushrooms, mushrooms are attached to the substrate by mycelial threads. In the picture above, the mycelial threads are shown in white, and these brownish looking materials are rice bran and sawdust. But in the picture below, these black strings are human hair. And this simply shows that even at the mycelial level, the mycelial thread level, the threads are attaching themselves to waste human hair, meaning that they are absorbing something from the waste human hair as well as the sawdust. There is still brown, which shows sawdust, but the black strings are waste human hair that is being absorbed by the mushroom. And then finally, the 4.1 type, we have the positive results for the mushrooms of different treatments. We observed that the carbohydrate level was highest, the carbohydrate was highest in the 5% weight, and followed by the 10% growth. This is an agreement with work done by James et al. When they observed that the carbohydrate level for organic supplemented mushrooms was higher than that for inorganic supplemented mushrooms. Also, the phytochemical in mushroom samples also present. Alkaloids were present across board, but flavonoids and phenols were absent across board. Also, phytates and oxalates were also present, but they were present in very, very minute amount. Now, we must also bear in mind that phytates and oxalates are known anti-nutrients, but at a very, very low level, they would not impede human functioning or human behavior. And then the minerals present in mushroom samples include phosphorus, potassium, as well as magnesium and nitrogen. In the 10% sample, they were the highest compared to other groups. This is in agreement with work done by Krishnan and Sami, where they observed that the supplemented mushrooms, that's the Pilotus erenchi, that's the king oyster mushroom, they supplemented it with pig extract, and then they observed that the nutrients present in the extract made their way into the harvested mushrooms that they finally got. And it was highest in the 10% group when compared to the controlled and 5% concentration. So research findings. Okay, so this study has contributed to knowledge in the following ways. One, this study has further contributed to the existing knowledge that waste human hair has the potential to release nutrients for the growth of mushrooms. We just need to find a way to break it down. Real quick, this hair has been in this jar for the past 1 year. The date where I put it was 22nd of February 2022. It's almost like as if it was caught yesterday. But if you leave hair in a very nice condition, it won't break down. But if you subject it to certain conditions, you can break it down and extract nutrients from it. Secondly, this work has also shown that the presence of competing bacteria and fungi adversely affect the growth of the Pilotus ostratus, which is the mushroom, oyster mushroom. In conclusion, human hair cut from scalps often ends up in landfill. But through this study, we showed the presence of certain microbes in hair and how they negatively affect the growth of oyster mushroom. Furthermore, nutrient analysis of waste human hair was revealed the presence of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and sulfur, and these nutrients are essential for the growth of mushroom. The visualization of this known waste stream in the creation of value constitutes a major shift in our economic model from the linear one to the circular one. My profound gratitude to God Almighty for sending me through because of this program. I want to sincerely appreciate my supervisor, Dr. Mrs. Ayatollah, for our support and encouragement throughout the time of this work. I'm also grateful to Professor S.A. Omonigo and Professor E.I. Asoya. During our classes in 2021, they introduced me, Professor S.A. Omonigo introduced me, us, to fungi and Bacillomycota, particular subgroup. And Professor E.I. Asoya, through his lectures on bioremediation and circular economy, also set up a fire, a spark that led to this fire. I'm going to the assistant dean of life science, Dr. Mrs. Osarode for our support. I wish also appreciate the head of the department, Professor Mrs. F5, I play also for creating an enabling environment for the of this program, and I appreciate the consultant coordinator, Dr. Mrs. Obigwe, and Dr. Mrs. Ivy Oda for her assistance. I also gratitude to Professor Eno Egafuna from Federally Road, and to all the esteemed professors and fellow government of microbiology. I want to especially thank the staff of Microfarms, Dr. B. Kamalesh, Frank Taylor, and the team at Green Salon Collective, who provided immense technical and motivational support. My deepest appreciation goes to my parents, the child Odemwingie, and Mr. Junior Odemwingie, my mom, my lovely sibling, Andrew Odemwingie, and my buddies, Beth Mohammed, Julia, Sila, and Louis. I pray God grant you your heart desire. To all my friends and brothers who contributed to the story of this work, I pray God grant you your heart desire. Thank you very much.